Today, I'm going to be sitting down with Carothers Executive Homes to view some of their gorgeous floor plans in Mesa Ridge Subdivision in Temple, Texas. They build all the way from Waco to Salado and everywhere in between. Check them out with me, and let's see if we can find you the perfect home here in Central Texas. Today, I am excited to bring you Wendy Nichols with Carothers Executive Homes. Wendy, please give us a little bit of information about you and Carothers Executive Homes.
Awesome. Thank you so much for inviting me to do this. Yeah, so I'm Wendy Nichols with Carothers Executive Homes. Carothers, is a family-owned business. We're now in our 5th generation of Carothers.
That's impressive.
Isn't it?
That is really impressive.
So, really what's important to us and what we focus on is a better way of living. And that's really our slogan, is we like to build our homes designed to be low maintenance, stand the test of time.
Okay, so I've had the opportunity of working with you on a couple of my clients now. And one, you personally are phenomenal to work with. But two, Carothers builds a gorgeous home. And the quality within their builds, you see time after time after time. There's consistency in what they're building. And I really admire that. So you can see that they have been a company that's been around for a long time.
Yes.
They know what they're doing, and they put love into their builds
for sure
to show what they're doing.
And I'll just add to that a little bit. I think one thing, actually several things that kind of expand on what you just said. A lot of our crews have been with Carothers for double-digit years. So we've got paint crews, tile crews, framers. They've been with Carothers 15, 20 or more years.
That's impressive.
And so they really know the expectation. I'd love to mention, I think everybody that's been around here remembers May of 2024.
Yes.
We had a tornado that hit West Temple. And so where we are today, we are in West Temple and Mesa Ridge. And so this neighborhood was very affected by that tornado. And I love to mention that I personally live here, and I was never so grateful to live in a well-constructed home as I was on that day.
Yeah.
So I love to tell buyers that are new to the area or exploring Carothers that we actually had 0 homes with any water intrusion during that tornado. And that was a tremendous blessing.
No, it really, really was. And I actually have clients that went through that in this exact neighborhood. And we were so grateful that they did not have any significant damage to their home, unlike some of the other communities around us that really experienced that damage.
The other thing I was going to mention too, just along those lines, is, you can see a Carothers resale home come on the market, and you can look at the pictures and just see how well it's held up over time. And what's interesting to me is so often you will see in the description of the home that the listing agent has said a Carothers build.
Yes.
And so I think too, that just really speaks to our quality and our construction and just how it holds its value.
They truly do have a good reputation within the real estate community. And I know if I personally am running comps in a neighborhood, I take the builder into consideration for who built that home. Yeah. And so I'm going to give a little bit more value if it is a Carothers home, because I know that the quality is there, and the longevity in the home is going to be there for my client with their value.
Absolutely.
So tell me a little bit about here in Mesa Ridge, some of the projects you have going on, and then where else does Carothers Executive Homes build?
So here in Mesa Ridge, we have several communities where we have different series of homes that we're building. So the home that we're in today is our Diamond series. And then we have our Executive series, which is, a little more high end, bigger floor plans, bigger lots, some more features. And then in Rancho del Lago and Morgan's Point, we have our Signature series, which is just, all the bells and whistles. So we really have anything from the mid 300s to well up over $1 million.
Yeah.
Some different neighborhoods that we're in. Again, today we're in West Temple in Mesa Ridge, but we've got some neighborhoods in South Temple that's really convenient to the Baylor, Scott, and White area, maybe attractive to healthcare workers. We have a Hartrick Valley Estates neighborhood now that is zoned to Academy ISD, which is really popular with folks that are looking for Academy ISD. We've got some beautiful neighborhoods in Salado. And so we're really all over. And what's exciting to me is we're moving north. So we've got a great neighborhood in Troy that is just north of Buc-ee's.
Yes.
And I'd love to mention that anybody that works in with those major employers that are in the Temple Industrial Park, that neighborhood in Troy is maybe like a 10-minute drive to work. And there's some beautiful options there.
Yeah, I love the Turtle Creek neighborhood. It's one of those pockets where you don't even realize it's there. And it's such convenient access to I-35 to get wherever you're needing to go in Central Texas.
It is.
You're outside of kind of the hustle and bustle, but you're close enough that you can get to anything and everything you need still.
Literally. And really one of the, if not the lowest, one of the lowest property tax rates in this area.
Yeah,
so that's huge.
Plus.
And then I'm super excited to share that we're now building in McLennan County. We've got a beautiful neighborhood in Lorena called Rosenthal Estates. Again, super convenient to I-35. So it's easy to just jump on the highway, go either direction. So we have some really good neighborhoods for people that are looking to be between Temple and Waco.
Fantastic. And I do work that area. So that is nice for me to know that I'm covering clients literally from Salado area all the way up to Waco, and kind of everywhere in between. And I can provide a good quality build for them. Awesome. So I noticed when we were walking out of the house, this isn't an unfinished garage.
It's not. We finish our garages. There's some things I would love to explain out here in the garage. Some things like behind the walls that you can't see. So when we frame our homes, we frame 16 on center. So every 16 inches, you've got a stud.
Oh, wow.
You can't see that all of our homes are spray foam insulation. So over in the ceiling, over your living area, and in all of your exterior walls is a nice thick spray foam insulation. That is not only going to help the climate of the home, but you're talking about another layer of protection against water coming into your home. We mentioned the tornado.
Exactly.
Yeah, what if you did lose a few shingles? You still have a nice thick layer of protection from water coming into your home.
That is fantastic.
Some things, there's some features over here. We do a water softener loop. And so this is prepped. If you wanted to add a water softener system to the home, it's prepped and ready for one.
And this is standard in your home.
It is.
So this is something that if we were to go another builder locally, I know for a fact, because I've been there, done this personally, that's expensive to run everything to be able to do that. And this comes standard in a Carothers home.
Yeah, so it's prepped and ready for one. You would, contract to whoever to install your water softener system. This just comes off and your system attaches to this loop and you're ready to go. Also, this is really big. For convenience, we put the main water cutoff right here in your garage. So if you have a pipe burst or you have some sort of an emergency, you're not scrambling out here by the street. Where's my water cutoff? It's right here in your garage.
Okay, that's really, really nice. Because again, been there, done that.
Exactly.
I think we've all had that water emergency where we get shut off. Yeah, exactly.
Our garage door openers, these are the smart ones. So you can download the app on your phone. You drive away, you can't remember if you closed your garage door. You can access that on your phone. You could remotely let someone in. It does have a camera on it as well. So really, really smart. You can see we do these nice aluminum ladders for our attic ladders.
Okay.
Not rickety.
I really like that because the rickety ladders, as a realtor, like I've noticed that my clients like to go in the attic and half the time I'm like, no, that's on you because I'm not climbing that ladder.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I like that that's sturdy. That's nice.
And sturdy. Yeah. And it's really neat because you can climb up in the attic and so there's a door. I don't know if you can see it on this floor plate. Yeah. You can see there's a door right there. And so behind that door, that's where all that spray foam insulation is. So a buyer can walk up that ladder, open that door, and they're just amazed by the difference in temperature. Because, typically an attic is scorching hot, but behind that door, it's really nice.
Well, and here in Central Texas, because we do have such hot summers, we've been really spoiled this year in 2025 with it being a very mild summer. But typically, I remember our first summer in Texas, we hit over 100 degrees in a 100-day period.
It can be brutal.
It was rough. And so having that insulation in your home makes a world of difference for your utility expenses.
For sure.
So I wanted to highlight this because we're getting to walk one of your houses that is still under construction actively. You can see the spray foam that she's talking about, and the 16 inches. This is not typically what I see walking through a new construction home. And so you can really see from beginning to end the quality in a Carothers build and the structural integrity of these homes.
For sure.
So if I'm going through the neighborhood, I've got a new client that is looking to buy. What are our options? What's the timeline?
Yeah, so typical timeline, if we're starting from slab to completion, for our Diamond Series homes, which is what we're in right now, we're about 6 months build time. Our larger homes, maybe 8 to 10 months.
Okay.
When we're at this stage, so if a buyer comes along and, maybe we haven't selected all of the color choices for the home yet, if they're able to contract on the home in time, we have an amazing design center at our home office in Belton where they could meet with our interior designers and pick their colors. Now, some things we pick pretty early on in the process just due to production time. So when you're at this stage, typically your cabinets and your front door, your brick and your rock, that's already been selected. But things like countertops, paint, tile, those could possibly still be selected. So that's always fun.
Awesome. So you do have the option then for buyers to be able to come in and say, okay, I want this lot with this floor plan and all these things.
We do.
On the home. Or they can come in and see, okay, hey, you have this available inventory in the next month or two that I can pick from. I want that house, and everything's done on
for
it
sure.
already.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So we do, if somebody wanted to just come in and build completely from scratch, we could pick their lot, pick which floor plan they want. We have a pre-construction meeting with them where we go through things that we would need to know before we pour the slab. And then we can do some customization, like, maybe the floor plan has a formal dining room, but they don't necessarily use that space and they would rather have it enclosed for maybe another living area or a playroom. We can absolutely do things like that. Yeah.
Wonderful. I love that they can do that with y'all.
Yes.
Y'all are going to figure out that I'm a sucker for a good bathtub. This bathroom is gorgeous. Tile from floor to ceiling. And a waterfall. Carothers offers some gorgeous upgrades like these tray ceilings in the master bedroom.
So Kyla, one of my favorite features that we do is when you come in your front door, you're going to have a single light switch over here. And this light switch controls 2 outlets that are on the corners of your home for Christmas lights. So literally flip of a switch, you can operate your Christmas lights.
That's amazing. And check out this stunning custom dining room. In this executive build, they added in these gorgeous vaulted cathedral ceilings with the beam that is going to match your mantle. You can see that the tones tie in throughout the home with the tile that they selected. All of their homes do come with ceramic tile in them already. So that's something that's a nice added feature that you don't always have to upgrade. The other thing in this home that they did add is this gorgeous fireplace and these built-ins. But that's not the best thing. My favorite add-on in this, check it out. Surround sound. Now this is an entertainer's dream. I'm absolutely loving the outdoor vibe on this particular executive home. I love when we've got outdoor fireplaces added in, when you have the brick and stone carried throughout the exterior of the home.
For sure.
Is this something that's actually standard? I noticed a lot of builders will do the exterior elevations in brick, but it's usually only partial brick. What's Carothers standard on that?
We're four sides brick and rock. We are getting into some of our newer designs. We've gotten into some hardy designs just by request because we've been expanding our design portfolio. So we have incorporated some hardy, but still a masonry product. So yeah, all four sides rock and brick. One thing about this is our executive series that we're at right now. And so we really like to focus on outdoor living. We think outdoor living is just as important as indoor living. I mean, Texas is, really where we can enjoy the outdoors most of the year. So we try to make nice living spaces. You've got a nice outdoor kitchen area here, fireplace. This particular home was pre-wired with surround sound. So that surround sound that we highlighted is also out here on your back patio. So you could have maybe something going inside and maybe you've got maybe the game's going inside. Maybe you've got music out here, the grill going. I mean, it's just really, really a nice setup.
That is an amazing thing, especially for somebody like me who likes to entertain.
Sure.
And I like that you can set that for different zones. So I'm not having to listen to the football game because, sorry to break it to everybody, I'm not a football person.
Sure.
You put on a motocross race, I'm probably going to watch it with you. If you're playing football, I'm going to be out here on the patio with my girlfriends and a glass of wine instead.
There you go.
What are some of the other standard features that they offer in their exterior spaces?
So when we talk about outside, you can see in this backyard, this is a really nice backyard. We're going to include your sod. Some builders, all of that is kind of priced out separately.
Yes.
When we price out your home, it's going to include your sod. Now, unless you're on just a really, really super large lot, then we may only sod out so many feet. But by and large, you're going to have full sod front and backyard, built-in irrigation system front and backyard. On our fences, we do the privacy wood fences, but we use the steel poles instead of the wood poles.
I noticed that on this one.
Mm-hmm. Okay. In the front yard, you're going to have likely some trees planted, unless there's some native trees already in the neighborhood. And then we're going to do a nice kind of a scalloped edge flower bed in your front too.
Okay. So I have to say, when you're looking at new construction homes in Central Texas, Carothers is never going to be the most quote unquote affordable or cheapest option, but you can see why it's not, because every little detail is taken care of with inside, outside, structurally, so that these homes last and provide a true quality home for your clients.
For sure. So we are a little bit of a higher price point, but we also put so much into our homes going in. So really our goal is a buyer can come in and really feel like they don't have to go upgrade anything. Sometimes you walk into new construction and you hear that term builder grade. I just feel like we're not about that. We do nice lighting fixtures. We frame our mirrors. We, have nice choices from your countertops and just so many design choices that it already looks upgraded when you walk in.
So even though your homes aren't all quote unquote custom homes, it feels like even if you're just getting a standard Carothers home, it is a lot more customized than you are going to get with the majority of builders.
For sure. Oh, yeah.
Love it. Tell me about their buyers' options with bringing their own lender, a realtor, things like that to the table.
Well, certainly we value the realtor relationship. Of course, that's a big part of our business. And so, having a realtor involved can definitely help us set the expectation with the buyer. Especially if it's a longer term relationship, maybe they're building from the ground up. If the buyer's never done that before, that can be a little unknown. And so they might get a little antsy. And so, I kind of explain it like you don't get to see your new car when it's on the assembly line, but it's ugly, right? It's not always really pretty, but at the end, we know it's going to all get done. And the realtor can really help us with that expectation.
That is fantastic. What about lender relationships? Because I know a lot of what's going on right now, especially in our current market, is running special promo rates with rate buy downs. And in doing so, certain builders are requiring that you work with either their in-house lender or with a specific lender that they have paired with on a property. How does Carothers work in that aspect?
So a little of everything, actually. This recent market is, of course, it's very fluid. There's a lot of changes happening with incentives. And, we typically don't require a buyer to work with one of our preferred lenders. We absolutely have some preferred lenders. And there is some advantage to using our preferred lenders. They're, number one, that we know they can get the job done. We know that, when they've pre-qualified someone, we know that it's good. We know that they have a good pool of qualified appraisers that are local, that know our market, they know our product. So that's a big advantage. Now, sometimes if we were to run certain incentives, like there may be a situation where we've made an arrangement with a particular lender and you would have to go through that lender to get that incentive, but a buyer can also come in with their own lender. We don't require you to work with our preferred lenders, but there is definitely an advantage in doing so.
Okay. So some of the other things that I'm curious about, what kind of home warranties do you guys offer for your homes, that once somebody actually gets into the house, what is the availability for you after what is going to be covered for them?
So I think our warranty department is one area that we just really excel in. We have a dedicated team to answer those calls. Our crews are in these neighborhoods pretty much every day. We, during the buying process, we're going to walk through and do an orientation with the buyer, help them understand the features of their home, help show them how to maintain some features of their home. And then after they move in, we'll come back in 30 days. So, once you start living in a home, you might find some little things that need tweaking. Okay. We're going to come back and take care of that. We're also going to come back at 11 months and take care of anything that we might need to address before they have their 1-year warranty. So the first year, everything's going to be covered under warranty. Everything except your landscaping. We don't cover landscaping. For obvious reasons.
Yeah, I mean, we're Central Texas. So just take care of your yard, people.
Exactly. But yeah, we'll come back then. And then for 2 years, up to 2 years, the systems of your home. So your plumbing, your electrical, your HVAC, that's all covered up to 2 years. And then you've got your structural warranty that's up to 10 years.
Fantastic. It feels like y'all just take care of the client from day one with the the quality that you put into your builds, and then you carry that through with making sure that everything is taken care of for them even after closing.
We do. We just try to build it where it's easy to maintain. It's energy efficient. We give every buyer kind of a list of homeowner maintenance suggestions that if they would follow those guidelines, it really will keep their home in great working order for many, many years.
If you know that a Carothers Executive Home is what you're looking for, book a call with me. We'll set a one-on-one to find the perfect home for you. If you're interested in other builds here in Central Texas, check out this one. I'll be doing a whole series on new construction homes right here in Central Texas, just to help buyers like you looking to find the perfect home.